Guy here, and I'm with Vance Xavier Glover in downtown Lewiston. This is our one story segment, and he's going to tell you one story.
They asked me to tell one story. I got a lot of them, so I'm going to have to combine them into one and then kind of cut a couple of corners. My name is Vance Xavier Glover. I moved here in 2007 in March from Washington, D.C. I came here because where I came from, there's a lot of homicide. Everyone's getting shot and killed all the time for no reason. A lot of rape. It doesn't matter if you're boy, girl, man, woman, old, young, they gonna get you. There's a lot of just crime in general. Cost of living is extremely high. I left when studio apartments were $900 a month. Today I found them around $2,000 a month.
Wow.
Okay. Since 2007, every day that I go to work, to the grocery store, to McDonald's, I get called a nigger. At least once a day.
In town here?
At least once a day. Every single day.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Not once have I had anybody with the balls to get out of their car and actually do what they said they're going to do. See, what people don't understand is that the word nigger, the N-word, isn't something that hurts my feelings. It's not something that makes black people feel like, oh, you're being mean to me. That word means that you don't look at me or anybody like me as a human being, as something that has less rights to life in this world than a dog does. And that's what comes with that. See, before, if you said that word, that means you were about to go on a hunting party, put me behind a truck, put chains around me, drag me through town for all to see, then hang me up in a tree, then have all your buddies gather around and take pictures like you just got a 16-point buck. That's what I hear every day.
Yeah.
And people think it's funny when I tell them that story.
Yeah.
Every day I walk around knowing that the only reason I don't have a gun is that if I did have one, I would use it in self-defense to kill one of these random people that think that I don't deserve to live here.
Right.
My children were born here. I've spent more time here than I've spent anywhere else on the planet.
Yeah.
And I love this place.
Yeah.
It's really, really sad that it's full of such weak people.
Right.
It's the best way I could describe it. I want to tell you that this is a great place for everybody to come and raise your family and go fishing and hunting and camping and all that good stuff. That there's lots of opportunities around. When I go and apply for a job, they act like I'm going to rob the place. I'll come in with a silk shirt, button down and everything.
Yeah.
I went to go get my friend Kylie here a job,
right.
And they told me that they weren't hiring. There's a not hiring sign. They told me they weren't hiring.
Right.
I said, no, not for me,
right.
For my friend who's from here. They said, oh, great, here's 2 applications.
Right.
Okay?
Right. Right. Okay.
All I can really tell you is that there's a lot of double talk here. I wish I could tell you that things were better, and I wish I could tell you that, of course, you're going to find things like this everywhere, but I'm from a military family. I've lived almost in every state and across the Atlantic Ocean. I've never experienced anything like what I've experienced in this little town they call Lewiston.
Okay. Hey, thank you so much. Now, let me ask just a couple of questions, follow up there. So it's stereotypical behavior, would you say? I mean, have you made friends here? I mean, do you feel included in the valley at any level?
Friends,
yeah.
But that doesn't mean that it excludes me from any sort of negative circumstances.
Sure.
I mean, it just is what it is. The vast majority of people here, I've noticed, seem to have some sort of racial inclinations against minorities for whatever reason.
Right.
And it doesn't make sense to me because I'm not like a drug dealing gangbanger. I've been a manager, I've been a driver, I've been a physical laborer, I've been a cook.
Sure.
I've worked here. I've helped start businesses here. I started my family here.
Yeah.
So on and so forth. So it's a little confusing and frustrating and disappointing, but no, I've met some people here, and those people actually have betrayed me. See, that's a funny thing that you mentioned about having friends.
Right.
Lots of times, what I would call well-meaning liberal white folks will say, oh, I'm going to have a black friend today. This happens a lot. I'll go get a job, they say, I've never had a black friend before. I stop them and say, hold up. Now, you can either have a good friend or you can have a black friend. Now, what do you want me to be? Do you want me to be your black friend so that way you can feel good and all that other good stuff? Or do you want me to be your good friend that's going to be your friend for the rest of your life?
Right.
A lot of people just want to have a black friend.
Right.
And that's what's happened. When I worked at Jiffy Lube here, I thought those were my friends.
Yeah.
They weren't. They wanted me to get in a gorilla costume with no mask and stand on the corner to get people inside. I said, don't you think that that's a little inappropriate to put an African American in a gorilla costume at an oil change place, call him a grease monkey, and tell him to dance on the corner?
Yeah.
I think that's a little backwards. They thought it was cute. I didn't show up to work that day.
Yeah.
I've met some good people. Eagle Transfer in Trinico. Right here in North Lewiston, family-owned business, been here for generations. Those people took me in, gave me work, gave me opportunities that other people did not, and I continue to work for them to this day.
Yeah, nice. Now you seem to have a sense of humor about things. Is that helpful? And what do you think? How is it possible to change, or is it just a matter of not seeing too many black people and feeling it's okay to?
Some people believe that all comedy, all humor comes from a dark place. That you have to have pain or negative things, and then it becomes funny because that's how we deal. But I can say for me personally, a lot of this is funny because every time I have one of these negative experiences, it's a life or death situation to me based on my life and upbringing.
Right.
But no one's pulled a gun on me yet.
Right.
So I keep laughing because it's the only way I can keep myself from being enraged to the point of committing just gross acts of violence in response to how I'm affronted. When it comes to whether or not I believe that it's just a matter of not seeing enough of this or that kind of person, I actually believe for about the first year that I lived here that I was one of maybe 2 or 3 black people in the Valley at all. I did not see anybody else. It turned out that most other African Americans that lived here would shop at night.
Oh,
they
really?
would only go to Walmart after hours. Albertsons, back when it used to be open 24 hours a day, that's when black people would shop. I mean, that's what I noticed. And then you had Africans that were like college students or whatever. But there weren't too many African Americans or whatever. That didn't bother me because I've grown up around everybody. To me, I was more surprised not that there wasn't any black people, but there was no Asian. I'm like, where's all the Korean people at? Where's all the Pakistani, Indian, Afghani? But I don't really know what else to say on that.
Well, hey, I appreciate you so much. Thank you.
You have any more?